Hi, everyone. Today, we're going to continue the Unit 10 Day 2 part of our notes, where we're finding the volumes of our different geometric solids. All right, so number 5, we have the volume of a sphere in the diagram, and we want this to the nearest tenth of a cubic meter. All right, so our formula for volume of a sphere, 4/3 pi r cubed. All right, so 4/3 pi. Now the radius, all right, so we know that the diameter is 17. So that means our radius is actually only 8.5. So we're going to multiply this by 8.5 cubed. All right, so go to our calculator. So we're going to be multiplying 4/3 times 8.5 to the power of 3. Hold on. 8.5 to the power of 3. And notice I got a pretty nasty number. So what I want to do here is I want to make this into a fraction just to make it a little bit easier to write my numbers and make sure that I'm careful with my work. So this is going to be 4,913 over 6 pi. All right, so now I'm going to multiply that number by pi. And I'm rounding this number to the nearest tenth. So this is approximately 2,572.4. My unit is meters cubed. All right, now number 6. Number 6 is a different kind of direction to it. It says right here, exact volume. So when there's an exact volume, we want to leave something like pi or a radical in the answer. In this case, since it's a sphere, we know it's going to be pi. So volume equals 4/3 times pi r cubed. 4/3 times pi. Now my radius this case is 3. So 3 to the third. Now when it says exact volume, it actually makes the problem easier because now all I have to do is multiply 4/3 times 3 to the third. I get 36. So now my answer is 36 pi. This is millimeters cubed. All right, number 7. Find the radius this time of a sphere. And this time they give us the volume. So I'm going to try to write down my formula for the volume of a sphere. So volume equals 4/3 pi r to the third. All right, and I'm going to take this volume they gave me and I'm going to plug it in for volume. So 64 pi equals 4/3 pi r to the third. So now since there's a pi on both sides, I know they're going to cancel. And if I want to get rid of this 4/3 right here, I'm going to multiply both sides of the fraction by 3/4. Multiply by 3/4. So 3/4 of 64 is actually 48. And that equals r to the third. Okay, so I canceled that out. Now, if I want to undo the third power, I need the cubed root. All right, so in my calculator, I go to math, and right there, number 4, cubed root of 48. So I'm looking for what number times itself, right? What number cubed equals 48. All right, not a rational number here. And I do want this to the nearest hundredth. So that means my radius is approximately 3.63 inches. Okay, and again, I found that right there in math. And it was number 4. All right, number 8. A right circular cone. Okay, so there's my bottom. There's my cone. And if it's a right circular cone, I know that's perpendicular right there. So it has a radius of 6 meters. And remember that slant height of 10. Now, the slant height, right, we call that L, or sometimes we call it H of S. All right, that doesn't tell us the height of the actual prism. So I need to actually find the height of the prism first. So the height of the cone. So what we're going to do is we're going to recognize right here that we have a special kind of triangle, one of our favorites, right triangle. So we're going to use our Pythagorean theorem. And we know that we have the bottom being 6. We don't know this height and our hypotenuse. Okay, so 36 and 100. So h squared, it's actually going to give me 64. So my height is 8. Now you may have also recognized that this was a 3, 4, 5 triangle. And that's why the height is also 8. All right, so now my volume is 1/3 times pi r squared times that height of the prism. So 1/3 pi, my radius was 6, and my height of the prism I now know was 8. And so I'm going to go to my calculator. I've got 1/3 times 6 squared times 8. Times 8. And I get 96. So it's 96 pi. Now, it doesn't tell me how to round this problem. So I'm going to take the easier way out, leave it irrational. And I'm going to say that the volume is 96 pi meters cubed. All right. Let me know if you have any questions on the day 2 homework, and I hope to see you all soon.